It's a condition that affects 1 in 10 women nationally and has been dubbed a silent epidemic. Endometriosis is when tissue similar to the lining of the uterus is found outside of the uterus. It causes severe pain and can result in infertility. Elise McDonough was in high school when she was diagnosed with endometriosis.
So I went 2 years undiagnosed with endometriosis, and it was a horrible experience. Would not wish it upon anyone else. While I was undiagnosed, I would go through, obviously, my menstrual cycle, and I would be bedridden. I couldn't get up, couldn't move. I actually would go numb from the legs down. My parents thought I was overreacting because I was obviously undiagnosed. Then after months and months of going to doctors and GPs, one finally referred me to a gynecologist, and as soon as I walked into his surgery, told him my symptoms, he said, "Yep, you've got endo."
I think that it is it's a quality of life disease, and being that it's a quality of life disease, it affects every facet of your life. So when you are continually in pain and there doesn't seem to be any idea of what is driving that pain, how to manage that pain or how to fix that pain, that can then lead to anxiety and depression and even suicide in the worst cases.
Some women are seriously affected by it. I mean, the tissue, for instance, the endometriotic tissue can lodge in all sorts of places in the body, and for instance, some unfortunate women have endometriotic tissue lodged on the outside of their lungs, so that every month they bleed through their lungs.
I wasn't diagnosed until I was 31, so I think the earliest I remember is onsets about 16 were my symptoms. So it's a long time to wait to be diagnosed. So I don't want the next generation of women to go through that and have that delay in diagnostics. We've had women forebears that got us the ability to vote. We're working towards having the ability to end endometriosis as it is today. Hopefully we are paving the way for earlier diagnostics, so we're closing that gap of that 7 to 12 year delay in diagnostics.
Earlier this year, the government released a draft national action plan, which aims to improve treatment, understanding and awareness of the disease. But is it enough?
This is a fantastic step in the right direction. It's kind of like a mantra that I have on my wall. If you think of endometriosis like Mount Everest, you know, that's what it is. It is massive. There are so many facets to the disease and so many facets to trying to solve the problem. I kind of go by the motto on my wall is moving one pebble at a time still moves mountains.